Hey guys, how's it going? Ricky Widmer here from Most Valuable Podcast, here to give you, it's finally the time of season. And no, I'm not talking about Christmas. I'm talking about mock draft season. It's finally that time of year where I know the season isn't over, but Todd McShay just came out with his first mock draft, so I decided, hey, why don't we come out with my first mock draft here at Most Valuable Podcast? And just a little bit of some disclaimers here to start the video is, right now I'm using the draft order. I know Todd McShay and his use the ESPN FPI, trying to kind of predict where teams are going to fall. I'm using the standings after week 14. Whatever the standings are, however the order would be if the season ended today, that's the order I used. Also, when you look down below, I have a link to my mock draft. All the underclassmen are going to be with asterisks. Of course, we don't know who's officially coming out or staying yet, but to the best of my ability, I came up with my first. This is my first official one. The midseason one was kind of a little bit of a test. The way too early was I just wanted to do a mock draft before the season, but this is the first official one. This is the one that starts the process all the way until we get to the actual NFL draft here in Chicago. But I want to start off by talking about how this video works if you're new to Most Valuable Podcast in our mock drafts. I'm just going to pick some things to talk about with the mock draft. Anything I don't get to, link down below in the description. You got my full first round mock draft 1.0 for 2016. But the most interesting thing to me is number one. You got to start with the number one pick, right? Right now it's held by the Tennessee Titans. And to me, it comes down to, what do you want to do if you're the Titans? Do you want to go out and right now the best player in the draft that everyone's saying is Joey Bosa? Or do you want to say, hey, you know what? We picked up Marcus Mariota. We got to protect him. Let's go offensive line. And to me in this one, as of right now, this may change as we go through the process, but as of right now, I kind of lean towards the let's protect Mariota. They drafted Marcus for a reason. Now they're going to go with the offensive tackle. I got him going with Laramie Tunsil out of Ole Miss. Just the best overall offensive tackle prospect as of right now. And I mean, that's the guy I go with. And I know you're saying, but Ricky, what about Joey Bosa? Well, it falls right into number two. Number two is, as of right now, I don't have the Cleveland Browns doing what they usually do. And Cleveland usually drafts quarterbacks. And I know Paxton Lynch is there. Paxton Lynch is going to be a very we got to take him. But you don't. You don't have to take him. I feel like, I know he's a first-round grade, but he probably won't get taken in the first round. I think Cleveland, with the second pick, their second pick in the second round, if they want to grab a quarterback, they can get a guy like Connor Cook. Then you're getting a first-round grade guy in the second round. Or if a guy like Carson Wentz doesn't go in the first round, you can go ahead and take him. However, Wentz is more of a guy that needs some development. He's not, to me, not a day one starter in the NFL. I've got the Browns, though, not going quarterback. Like I'm saying here, check the link down below to see who they exactly take. I don't have the first quarterback going off the board until San Francisco at number 5. And to me, the question goes, do they take Paxton Lynch, who is, to me, the best quarterback in this draft? I mean, 20-some touchdowns to only 3 interceptions. I want to say it's 28 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. And the big thing is, if you don't turn over the ball, you win games. Don't turn it over, you win games. And I feel like that's the biggest thing that Paxton Lynch has going for him. That's why, to me, he's the number one. He doesn't turn over the football. However, if given the choice, do the Niners feel the same way? Or do they say, hey, we're going to take the hometown kid, the guy who went to Cal, in Jared Goff? To me, I like Paxton Lynch a little bit more. However, what's Jim Tomsula? If Jim Tomsula is still there, that's another thing. Regime changes. A ton of these teams, well, a few of them, are going to be changing regimes as coaches. So that may change what their needs are. As of right now, I think Paxton Lynch is your best quarterback. Another prospect to talk about, and you got to mention it, is Robert Nkemdiche. As of right now, first-round talent, but is he going to be a Randy Gregory? Is he going to be a Shane Ray, where the last incident he had where he fell out of the hotel window, got charged with having marijuana in his possession in the hotel? I know he denied it, but of course you're going to deny it. I mean, is this one of those things that just kind of floats on through the process and he drops a little bit? He's a little bit lower in mine. Todd McShay had him at number 3. I got him a little bit lower. However, my big question is, does he fall? Does he turn into a Shane Ray end of the first round? Does it get as bad as Randy Gregory, where Randy Gregory fell completely out of the first round? Because you think of Randy Gregory, I want to say he was in our early mock drafts last year, 12th round, 13th or 12th overall, 13th overall pick, and then he falls completely out of the second round by the time we actually get to the draft. With me right now, it's way too early to kind of speculate what Nkemdiche's status will be. However, I wouldn't be surprised if he falls as we go through this process, especially if what's going on right now kind of becomes the elephant in the room. Another team I kind of want to talk about is the Philadelphia Eagles, because they've got so much that they can do. They can go quarterback. They can go pass rusher. They can just add something on the offensive line to help them out. And to me, I will say I got them going with the pass rusher option, kind of avoiding that quarterback. And to me, I know the Eagles, I know NFL.com had quarterback as one of the top needs for them, but to me, I feel like you got to go with that pass rushing. You got to get that D up. Sam Bradford, to me, does he come back this season? He's going to be a free agent after this one. A lot of unanswered questions. However, I feel like the quarterback position isn't going to be hey, we need our starting quarterback here in the draft, because if the Eagles were thinking that, they would have thought it last year and traded up for Marcus Mariota. Then at number 19, another team that could go quarterback, but I don't have them going that way, is the Houston Texans. And I'm going to just say it right now. My pick is, I feel like I have them right now going Ezekiel Elliott out of Ohio State. And the reason why I have that is the way I think Houston plays it out. If what my first 1.0 mock draft comes to be the situation is, okay, Brian Hoyer's done well. We can stick with Hoyer. We can draft a quarterback a little bit later and kind of develop them if we want to go that route. We don't have to take a guy like Connor Cook at this point. We don't have to take a Carson Wentz at this point. And the thing I think the Texans need to start addressing is Arian Foster going to be the guy that doesn't get injured? Is he going to be able to put together an injury-free season? I think the question to that is more no. The more injuries we're seeing from Arian Foster year after year, I think this is a point where Bill O'Brien says, hey, you know what? Christian Hackenberg might be around in the second round. We'll go and get Hackenberg then. Let's go take Zeke now, so we can decide, hey, is Foster the guy, or can Zeke come in and be the running back for them out of the backfield? And then just really quickly to go over some of the playoff teams, got to talk about my Minnesota Vikings wide receiver, biggest need for them. To me, it was all the difference between Michael Thomas of OSU or Kerry Coleman of Baylor, going more of the Michael Thomas route because of his frame. Number 26, this is an interesting pick. I got Derrick Henry going to the Colts. Reason being, at this point, was Frank Gore the guy? Probably not. He hasn't been the guy. Derrick Henry could be a young back that I mean, Indianapolis could say, hey, with everything that's off the board right now, let's go running back. Let's go and get Derrick Henry. And then we're seeing Zeke and Henry go head-to-head. The top two running backs in this draft class going head-to-head in the same division. Then I've got a kind of a reach with the Cincinnati Bengals going with Will Fuller. Second-round talent, but they need a wide receiver. It's either Fuller or Barton at this point. Got to go with Will Fuller. He's just got the better skill strength to be on the opposite side of A.J. Green. The last thing I want to mention is the Arizona Cardinals. I'm not going to tell you who. You got to click the link down below to see who I picked, but I'm just going to say this. I've got the Cardinals going with a quarterback, a guy that they can say, hey, you know what? Let's have him sit behind Carson Palmer, because Carson Palmer's on the way out. However, Palmer can play in the NFL for a few more years, can kind of be that Brett Favre kind of mentality to, hey, the old vet's in there on the way out. The new guy comes in, can sit behind him a little bit as he develops. Not going to tell you who it is. Got to click the link down below. But I'm just letting you know. Surprised that the Cardinals could go quarterback in the first round of the NFL draft. But that's kind of just my early thoughts for this NFL Mock Draft 1.0. Let me know down below what you guys think. Also, click the link in the description for my full first round Mock Draft 1.0. I can't wait for just this process to get started. I'm going to be coming out shortly after the bowl games start going with my kind of film analysis for some of the bigger prospects, so I can't wait to dive into that. This is always a favorite time of the year for me, but I want to know what you guys think. What do you guys think of anything I talked about today, some of the questions that I posed out, some of the situations that kind of influenced my decisions? Also, let me know either down below or on the article on mostvaluablepodcasts.com what you guys think of some of my selections. I will say this, it's greater to say. I told you guys at the midseason in some of the comment section that running back I had 5-6 in that one. I told you guys it's gonna level out. That was just the one of just boom, there it is, shock value. Now it's kind of okay, we're in the process. This is how things are gonna go, and this draft is going to kind of mold and evolve as we go through the process of the NFL draft. But I want to thank you guys for watching this video. If you're new to the channel, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. You can see it right up there over my shoulder. Quest for 500 is still going on, guys. Hashtag Quest for 500. We're giving away a signed free sports game if we hit 500 by the end of the year. However, to be able to win that game, got to hit the sub button and you got to comment on one of our videos. I want to thank you guys again for checking out this video. Go ahead, check out my mock draft. Tell me what you think about some of my selections and about your favorite team selection. But as always, have a good day, everybody.